falling a game short against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Seattle Mariners are the only current American League club to have never participated in a World Series. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
The PGA Tour comes to life on SiriusXM. It's your destination for everything on the tour. Hear live hole-by-hole coverage and expert analysis. PGA Tour Radio, SiriusXM 92.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Thursday, January the 18th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 7:30 p.m., New York Knicks face the Washington Wizards. Knicks on Sirius 137 XM212 and Internet 899. Wizards on Internet 909. 7:30 p.m., Toronto Raptors face the Chicago Bulls. Raptors on Sirius XM channels 167, Internet 907. Bulls on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 884. 9 p.m., Utah Jazz face the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jazz on Sirius 138, XM213 and Internet 908. Thunder on Internet 900. 10 p.m., Sacramento Kings take on the Indiana Pacers. Kings on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 905. Pacers on Internet 891. 10 p.m., Minnesota Timberwolves take on the Memphis Grizzlies. Timberwolves on Sirius 139, XM214 and Internet 897. Grizzlies on Internet 894. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 80. In NCAA College men's basketball, 6:30 p.m., Michigan State faces Minnesota. Michigan State feed on XM and Internet 372. Minnesota on XM 380, Internet 970. 7 p.m., Florida Atlantic takes on Wichita State on Sirius 119, XM 201 and Internet 964. 7 p.m., Memphis takes on South Florida on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. 8:30 p.m., Michigan faces Illinois. Michigan on XM and Internet 372, Illinois on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. 9 p.m., Cal faces Washington. Cal feed on XM 382, Internet 972, Washington on XM 381, Internet 971. 9 p.m., Utah takes on Oregon State. Utah on XM and Internet 373, Oregon State on XM 383, Internet 973. 10 p.m., Pepperdine faces Gonzaga on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. 10:30 p.m., Colorado faces Oregon. Colorado on XM 385, Internet 975. Oregon on XM 384, Internet 974. 11 p.m., Stanford faces Washington State with the Stanford feed on XM and Internet 373. Washington State on XM 386, Internet 976. In NCAA College women's basketball, 6 p.m., Georgia Tech takes on North Carolina on Sirius 161, XM 194 and Internet 956. 6 p.m., Miami faces NC State on Sirius 106, XM 193 and Internet 955. 7 p.m., Mississippi State takes on Tennessee on XM and Internet 374. 7 p.m., Syracuse takes on Florida State on Sirius XM and Internet channels 81. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Boston Bruins take on the Colorado Avalanche. Bruins on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 922, Avalanche on Internet 927. 7 p.m., Tampa Bay Lightning take on the Minnesota Wild. Lightning on Sirius 211, XM 222 and Internet 946, Wild on Internet 934. 7 p.m., Washington Capitals take on the St. Louis Blues. Capitals on Sirius 209, XM 220 and Internet 950, Blues on Internet 945. 7 p.m., Ottawa Senators take on the Montreal Canadiens. Senators on Sirius 208, XM 219 and Internet 940, Canadiens on Internet 935. 7 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers face the Dallas Stars. Flyers on Sirius 210, XM 221 and Internet 941. Stars on Internet 929. 9 p.m., Calgary Flames take on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Flames on XM 207, Internet 924. Maple Leafs on Internet 947. 9 p.m., Edmonton Oilers face the Seattle Kraken. Oilers on XM 206, Internet 931. Kraken on Internet 944. 10 p.m., Vancouver Canucks face the Arizona Coyotes. Canucks on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 948. Coyotes on Internet 921. 10 p.m., LA Kings face the Nashville Predators. Kings on Sirius 209, XM 220 and Internet 933. Predators on Internet 936. 10 p.m., Vegas Golden Knights take on the New York Rangers. Knights on Sirius 208, XM 219 and Internet 949. Rangers on Internet 939. And in tennis action, catch full coverage of the Australian Open starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on XM 392, Internet 982.
SiriusXM has soccer covered end to end. SiriusXM FC. Hear live play-by-play and talk shows hosted by legends of the game. It's SiriusXM FC on Channel 157.
For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton. He's known as one of the greatest quarterbacks to play in the NFL, and he played for the Colts and the Broncos. Peyton Manning played in the league for 18 seasons. Between those two teams, the first 14 with Indianapolis winning a Super Bowl and 4 MVPs. On March 18, 2016, the number 18 was retired by the Colts and will never be worn again by any Colts player. He set many franchise records with Indy, including most passing attempts in a season, most touchdown passes for a rookie, and many, many others. After being with the Colts for 14 seasons, he went to free agency and then signed with Denver for the final 4 seasons of his career. He would go on to win another MVP in 2012, would advance to the Super Bowl that season, but fall short of his second title. Then he would get one more chance in 2016, in which he would win his second Super Bowl title. In his last season in the NFL, what a way to go out. Manning would end his career with a total of 2 Super Bowls and 5 MVPs, and he's pretty good in commercials as well. He went through many coaches and made each one better and made all his teammates better as well, not just the ones he played with, but the ones he played against on the field on any given Sunday. He will go down as one of the best to play the game, and he will definitely go down as one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
This is the NBA on SiriusXM.
Full steam out of the backcourt, all the way to the rim for a thunderous slam.
Every game, all season long, through the NBA Finals.
Drives, he jump stops, he's off balance, he put it up and in. I don't know how.
Your home for hoops is SiriusXM Radio. Now, let's take you courtside for the game.
DeRozan is here. Vince Carter is here. Great vibes about the Raptors organization. Always positive, and maybe there's another win here.
Well, maybe there is. And if you're the Raptors, you kind of hope to keep it going, Jim. You know, the play-in tournament, Javon, when you look at it, the Raptors are only a couple games out of that spot.
Yeah.
So the Bulls being introduced now, there was a huge ovation for DeMar DeRozan, as Jim mentioned, back in town. And let's see if the Raptors can spoil the party, spoil the homecoming, and give Vince a show of what he used to do here, Javon, excite the crowd and turn this building on.
Well, I'll say this much. You know, when I walked in here, the energy, you could feel it right away. It's different. It was busy in here. I'm not sure if it's, you know, DeMar, the fact that DeMar's here, Vince is here, Alvin's here. But there's definitely a nice little energy right now, and definitely, you know, if you look at last night's game, there's something to play off of. Bottle up, you know, whatever it was, you mustered up in that first half.
Put it in the
yesterday.
bag.
You got to put it in the bag and lay it right back out here. Not all of it, but just sprinkle it in this first quarter. The way they shot the basketball, I thought they executed defensively. Great job in the pick and roll coverages. And Porter, you know, he was a big part of that, right? Stopping the penetrations, rolling back to the bigs, getting back to the bigs, recovering back to the bigs, and just not allowing any action there. And the Chicago team, you know, they run a lot of pick and rolls right now. A lot with Vooch, Kobe White, DeMar DeRozan. You know, he's going to try and get to his mid-range, so that same attention to detail and the game plan on the defensive end is going to be extremely important. But just flowing offensively, feeling good about yourself. Gary Trent Jr. getting great shots. RJ letting the game come to you, scoring the basketball. Scotty being aggressive like he was in that fourth quarter, starting out like that.
Let's get to Mark Strong and the starters for your Toronto Raptors.
It's time for number 9, RJ Barrett. The guard out of Maryland, the Wildcat moving 0 to 100 swiftly. You know who? IQ Emmanuel. Quickly. The big man in the middle, wearing number 34 straight birthday boy, Kerry Trent Jr. And standing 6'8" from Florida State, wearing number 4, make some noise for your boy, Scotty Barnes. Head coach of the Toronto Raptors is Darko Rajakovic.
All right, the Raptors starting lineup brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Hurry to your local Subaru dealer and get more out of every kilometer this winter, including more karaoke. Yeah, there's some energy, a definite buzz, Javon, in the building right now.
Nice little vibe right now. Nice little vibe.
Does it ever get old, though, coming to the gym? And people say, well, why do you call it the gym? I said, because you play basketball in the gym. Before, there were arenas and 40,000, 20,000 seats and 40,000 fans in 2 nights. You learn to play ball in the gym.
In the gym, yep.
And the gym is crowded right now as the Raptors get ready to go.
You know, it's the gym because this is where these guys live. They're all gym rats, right? They love the game in here, and when everything is empty, this is when these guys really enjoy, just honing their craft and locking in. And it's just a bonus. When you have 18, 20,000 in here, that's the bonus. But the love of the game, when nobody's in here, the lights are off, that's when the magic really happens.
That's your happy spot right there. Raptors will wear the home black with the Jumpman logo on the right side, just above where the breast pocket would be on your suit. The Bulls in that red uniforms. I think there's some, Javon, around the league, these uniforms that stand the test of time and never change. Boston, New York, and the Chicago red is another one of them.
For obvious reasons.
Yes, sir. Zach Zarbo will step in between Nikola Vucevic and Scotty Barnes. Brent Barnaky and Fadizi Ransom, the other officials. The Raptors win the tip, and they will go front court, right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Quickly up top. Gets a screen from Barnes. Gets into the lane. Kicks to the corner. Porter 3, no good. Rebound on the ground, standing to Caruso.
Good luck quickly getting into the paint, sucking in that strong side defense. And a good shot for Porter. Vooch is not going to be out there on the perimeter playing him.
Kobe White in the lane to Caruso. Levine, DeRozan, Vucevic, the other Bulls on the floor. DeRozan to Caruso, goes through his hands, but he saves it to Levine. Shot clock at 2. They're not going to get it off. The Raptors get a turnover. Back comes quickly to Barnes. Drives into the lane, kick out. Porter back to Barnes, straight away, gives him a screen. Scotty works left to Barrett. RJ 3, no good. Rebound Kobe White. White pull up 3, far side, no good. Rebound Barrett. 1:05 in, no score. Raptors bring it front court. Barrett into the corner. Trent, drive, pull up, elbow jumper. Gary still got it going, and that one clean. Raptors up 2-0.
Still comfortable, right? They're going to force him off the three-point line. He's penetrating 2 dribbles to his mid-range game. Does a good job absorbing the contact and popping up, delivering a nice jump shot.
2-0 Raptors. DeRozan near side, right wing. Gets it to Vucevic. On the drive, Vuce turns, spins back. Guy's an all-star, and he got Porter there. Game tied at 2.
Well, it's tough to close out on him from the pick-and-roll coverage, right? Because you want to get to him at the three-point line, but he's also putting the ball on the floor. Porter doesn't have a chance to recover.
Inside, Barrett to Porter. Kick cross court. Barnes 3, no good. Rebound, Porter keeps it alive, but Chicago picks it up. 10 minutes, first quarter, game tied at 2. Here come the Bulls, left to right. Caruso at the nail. Cross-court pass intercepted. Scotty on the run. Has it knocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay with Toronto.
Well, Scotty comes up with that steal on the weak side, but that's caused by Porter's defense in the pick and roll. Does a good job on Caruso taking away the space, and the roller doesn't have enough time to get downhill, roll to the basket. Scotty on that weak side, great anticipation coming up with the basketball.
Quickly, near side in the corner. Gets it to Porter. DeRozan reading the mail, picks it off. DeRozan up the near side, right wing. Raises up, and they got Porter on the foul as DeRozan, with the sweep move, drew contact.
That's one thing with DeMar. When he gets into that mid-range, anywhere in the area, right, he's so crafty, witty, getting drawing fouls, and just knock down an array of shots.
Chicago misses badly an air ball. Back comes quickly. Far corner, right side to Barrett. RJ left hand to the middle. Gets into the lane. Tries to find Porter underneath. Kicks it out quickly. Corner three, no good. Long rebound. Chicago. 9-10 first quarter. We're still tied at 2. Levine into the lane. Kicks to Kobe White. Open three, no good. Wow, surprising. He's dead-eye from there. But picks up the rebound. White drives it and lays it in. 4-2 Chicago.
Offensive rebound, right? And both teams right now having a tough time from 3, 0 for 7 combined.
Trent, catch and shoot. 3, back rim, no good. Rebound DeRozan. 8:40 first quarter. Chicago in red, left to right. DeRozan. Bulls with a 4-2 lead. To the nail. Weaves into the lane. Raises up the jump shot long. And they say stay here. Because I think they got Porter. Nope, they got... Yes, they do have Porter on the foul. So that's 2 on him and a decision for Darko as we've got a timeout on the floor.
Yeah, and you just look at the type of fouls that they're calling on him, right? He got the loose one on DeMar with the swipe, and now, rolling to the basket, picks up that second one. So I imagine Darko's going to have to pull him right now and probably go Thad coming back out of the timeout.
All right, a little extra time tonight with U.S. National TV, the Turner Network, TNT in the house. But we will take our break, and we'll have some time on the other side to chat. 4-2 Chicago. 8:33 first quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
A big win and a bigger impact. When you play the MLC Foundation 50-50 jackpot, you support the kids and the future Raptors of tomorrow. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. Will this season include you? The only way to find out is if you play. Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Nate Bargatze, the Be Funny Tour.
I mean, Chuck E. Cheese is rough. I don't know if you've been there in a while. They look like they're trying to go to business and they can't.
All new material.
They filed for bankruptcy and they're still open. They called Blockbuster and they're like, how do you get out? We want out.
Nate Bargatze, January 21st, Scotiabank Arena. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.ca. Produced by Outback Presents. Don't miss Nate Bargatze, the Be Funny Tour.
Love meatballs? You could have spaghetti and meatballs, but why have a dish where they're mentioned second, like an afterthought? With 2-for-1 Pizza's new meatball menu, meatballs are the star of the show with dishes like meatball pizza, with meatballs, green peppers, and red onions starting at just $11.99, or their oven-baked meatballs, baked in their classic tomato sauce topped with Italian herbs for just $10.99. Order online at 2for1pizza.com.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
8:33 first quarter. Toronto trailing Chicago. 4-2 Bulls, and Javon, as hot as Toronto was last night, putting up almost $41 in the first quarter. They played 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes, and have got only a deuce.
Yeah, it's easy to fall in love with the 3-ball early, especially the way they shot it yesterday. More over 50% from the 3. But you come out today, and I thought, 5 of the 7 shots in the opening minutes of this game have been from the 3-point line. But guess what? You got size. Scotty Barnes, there's going to be times where you have Caruso matched up on you. You got to play inside, right? Take advantage of the matchups. Be aggressive, be assertive early, and then let the 3-ball just come naturally and start to drop, right? And I thought Gary Trent Jr. with his, the only 2 points that are on the board, did a good job playing off of the 3-point line and getting himself to a comfortable position. But if you have some spots where you can take advantage of size, you got to go after it.
Well, that ovation that you heard as DeMar drives and lays it in for Chicago to make it 6-2. That ovation you heard was the fan base acknowledging Vincent Lamar Carter. Back in the house, broadcasting for TNT. 6-2 Chicago. Raptor ball, front court. Barnes on the lob inside to Thad Young. Turns, floats it up and in over Vooch. 6'4", Old Man River inside. Kind of like that old dude at the park that can't, not that Thad's that case, can't jump anymore, but he's schooling you. Quickly with a steal. With Barrett. RJ back to Quickly. Great pass by RJ. Raptors convincing on that fast break. The 2-on-1 ties the game at 6.
That's how RJ started the game yesterday as well, moving the basketball, but IQ drops it off. RJ could have forced it and took off there, but he did a good job dropping it right back down, and you get an easy 2.
Game tied at 6. 7.5 first quarter. Kobe White, left side, far wing. Over to Caruso in front of the Raptors bench. Inside to Vucevic. Spins on Thad Young and scores down low. That's just size right there by Vooch. 8-6 Chicago.
That's a big load. Vooch gets it there, and all 260 of him. You can feel him lay that back on Thad.
8-6 Chicago. 7-10 first quarter. Barrett near side, left wing. Drives on Caruso. Gets to the hole, lays it up and in. Playing through the contact. Could have been a foul. RJ ties it at 8.
Strong, right? They're trying to take away the left hand. He attacks with the right and then puts the ball on his left to finish. Takes the angle away from the defense.
Caruso up top. Gets it to DeRozan. Now to Vucevic. Far elbow. On Thad Young. Gets it to Levine. Into the lane. Levine drives and lays it in. A strong take by the UCLA Bruin. 10-8 Chicago. Front court. Here comes Toronto. In the black, right to left toward Bay Street. Scotty Barnes, deep 3, no good. Back comes Chicago. DeRozan down low, Vucevic on Scotty Barnes. Kicks it cross court. Caruso, 3, good. Bulls up 13-8, 5-point lead. Biggest of the game. And they've got a foul on Zach LaVine. Zach Zarba saying a little bit too much forearm on that.
You got this a different look in the post, right? You have Vooch posting up on this right block and makes a cross-court pass. But you've got to be aware of not just the mid-range with Chicago, right? They're not going to play with much pace. They're 30th in the league there, but 10th in post-ups, right? And a lot of those are going to come through Vooch.
Toronto ball, front court, 6 minutes, first quarter. Great pass by Thad Young to a cutting Scotty Barnes. And Scotty is fouled. He'll get to the free throw line. And Javon, it's been a little bit of a disturbing trend with Scotty Barnes and free throw shooting. Scotty has had no more than 1 free throw in 6 of the last 7 games. He had 3 free throws per game in December 3rd. And he's got to start doing some damage getting to the line.
Well, he's got to remain aggressive. We've seen it in the fourth quarter yesterday, but over the last couple of games, you can kind of see him trying to figure out, and obviously he was trying to figure out Pascal at the time and the addition of RJ and IQ, but he has to understand, like, he's the guy. This is Scotty Barnes' team, so he sets the tone. And, a measure of that is obviously the free throws. He's got to get there. He has a size, he has advantage, he has quickness.
Levine up top, 3-ball clean. 16-10 Chicago. Scotty Barnes went to the line and made 2 free throws, but Chicago has its biggest lead of the game. Trent into the lane. Has it knocked away, turns it over. A much different start for Toronto tonight. Kobe White, 3 up top after palming it, no call. Vucevic with the rebound, back up and in. 18-10 Chicago. Timeout, Darko Rajakovic.
Yeah, and you can see there, bad offense. You get a stagger, and Gary Trent Jr., the spacing is off as he's penetrating, right? Scotty cutting right on top of him. Then you get a transition 3 from Kobe White. Vucevic comes up with the rebound between 3 black shirts. Darko wants to get this under control.
5:25 first quarter. Timeout. Toronto, 18-10 Chicago. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
hockey's best women in a league of their own.
Ladies, it is no longer impossible. It's a reality. It's a reality.
The historic debut season's Professional Hockey League on TSN. PWHL lives here.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Sandra and Kabir are celebrating 50 years of marriage by turning their boring bedroom into a spicy one. Oh my. Alpine Credit sent a super strength hero to help with a home renovation loan. New floors, windows, a heart-shaped button that plays this tune. Okay, I think that's quite enough. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Let's get jerseys. Let's get jerseys.
Right now, become a Tangerine client with a savings account, and you could get a free Raptors jersey.
We want jerseys.
Finally, a savings account worth cheering for.
Jerseys. Jerseys.
Find out how to score a jersey at tangerine.ca/Raptors. Tangerine. That's forward banking. Available to new clients who open and fund an eligible account while supplies last. Conditions apply.
Don't brave the winter weather. Stay in and enjoy the Voila magic with our Delivery Pass trial. No commitment and a month of unlimited free deliveries. Just like that. Voila, we deliver Sobeys, Longos, Farm Boy, and more. See terms and conditions at voila.ca.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Back in Toronto. And Darko has already burned 2 timeouts. Javon trying to get his team going. RJ Barrett will go to the bench wearing a back wrap. And Dennis Schroeder will come in. Schroeder, Young, Trent, Barnes. And I'm looking for the 5th, Emmanuel Quickly. Raptors in the block. They move right to left toward Bay Street. The Bulls coming in with Patrick Williams, Ayo Dosunmu, Zach LaVine, Kobe White, and Vucevic. And you just knew, Javon, after playing so well, it's so hard to crank it up again on a back-to-back, the rare home back-to-back, but nonetheless a back-to-back still.
Yeah, the crank up, and obviously the team played, they played outside of themselves yesterday. They shot the ball outside of themselves yesterday. So you come back down to level playing field, but this is what it's about, and this is what it's going to be about for the next year, 2 years with this young group. Is just enjoying and embracing the journey, enjoying and embracing the roller coaster ride. And games like this where the execution is poor, offensive end, and some mistakes defensively, well, let's learn, let's play through it.
Quickly into the corner to Schroeder, near side left wing in front of the Bulls bench. Right hand to the elbow, jumper in the air, got it under duress. Schroeder's been knocking it out lately. 18-12 Chicago.
He looks so comfortable in the role, right? And you commend him because obviously he started out starting this year and slotted to the bench, moved down to the bench, but he's just still playing savvy basketball.
Kobe White, front court. Patrick Williams down low, trying to get it to Vucevic. Instead, dribbles left and knocks in a 3. 21-12 Chicago by 9.
I'm not exactly sure that's how Billy Donovan drew that up, right? Bit of over dribbling by Kobe White and a late knockdown. Patrick Williams chucking it up.
I tell you what, Billy Donovan will take the 3 though. Every day of the week. Trent in the lane finds a cutting Thad Young, lays it up and in, reverse layup for Thaddeus Young. 21-14 Chicago, 4:20 first quarter.
Gary Trent Jr. just curling that screen really tight, picking up Thad's man, and a great delivery on the pass for Thad's finish.
Vooch down low against Thad Young, dribbles it out, finds LaVine. LaVine to Vucevic into the near corner, they swing it. Dosunmu drives into the lane, finds Vucevic, floats it in. Good offense by the Bulls, 23-14, their lead is 9.
Great offense, great movement. Scotty Barnes late on the X out, and Dosunmu getting into the paint. A step advantage with a pass.
Quickly inside the arc, 21 feet straight away. Raptors cut the lead to 7, 23-16, 3:40. First quarter. Dosunmu drive, kick it out. Up top, Kobe White into the lane, lays it up and in. Chicago getting into the paint. 16 of their 25 in that area, outscoring Toronto 16-8. Barnes on fellow Florida State guy Patrick Williams into the lane. Scotty, stop, pop, gets it to drop on a 12-footer. 25-18.
Toronto giving Chicago a bit of their own medicine. IQ, Gary Trent Jr., Scotty with the mid-range game.
And Vooch goes up to tip in the miss from Levine up top. Chicago by 9, 27-18.
8 second chance points for Chicago.
3 minutes first quarter, and Scotty is fouled on the drive by Vucevic.
Got to box out, right? Shot goes up. Got to find the body, especially on a guy like Vooch that he's going to crash. He's going to throw his body around, 260 pounds. You got to clear him out and get him out of the way.
Substitutions for Toronto. Returning to the floor for the Raptors, number 9, R.J. Barrett.
Barrett in, and in comes, you heard it, Bruce Brown into the game wearing number 11. Barnes in the lane, lefty layup up and in, good cut by Scotty, good delivery, 27-20. Brown, a defensive guy, plays very hard. Javon will look for that from him. You don't need to know the plays to do that. Drummond in the game. Drives on Barnes, reverse layup, good. Scotty looked and said, man, what am I going to do with that cat? 6'11", 290.
Well, Bruce Brown, him checking into the game, that's going to relieve Scotty a bit defensively because Bruce can pick up anybody. Obviously, he's matched up on DeMar now.
Barnes, 3 up top, got it in the bottom of the well. First one for Toronto as they cut the lead to 7. Dosunmu drives on Schroeder. Now to Drummond, down low. One-on-one with Barnes. Bogarts to the hoop, misses the layup, but the foul on Scotty. Javon, do you have to go zone? That is just such a load down there.
Yeah, right, and it's fortunate for Chicago. When they don't have Vooch in the game, you have Drummond in the game. Both those guys are heavyweights down low. Whether you're going zone or whether it's man-to-man, you can't allow Drummond to get deep low post touches. You can't allow Vooch to get deep low post touches. That work has to be done early, whether you're bumping them, whether you're physical, whether you're just not letting them get a clear path to the positioning that they want. Chris Boucher checking into the game. You give him some size, but you get a bit more height on this matchup here.
2:04 first quarter, 30-22 Chicago. Drummond free throw good. I mean, he used to be a defined miss. He's still only shooting 55%, but that stroke looked good. Raptors down 9. Boucher, 3 up top, no good. Chicago brings it front court. DeRozan, kick out, Dalen Terry to Patrick Williams. Drive on Schroeder, into the lane, fall away jumper short, rebound knocked away, Boucher has it. Runs it front court. Minute and a half to go, first quarter. Chicago by 9. Schroeder, elbow jumper, no good. Rebound, Boucher amongst the fray, picks it out. They find Barrett, 3, far side, no good. Dosunmu on the bounce, near side. Minute 10, first quarter, Chicago by 9, looking for more. It's now 11. Dosunmu in the lane, and they are getting into the paint against Toronto. 22 of their 33 in the red. Young up top. Gets it to Schroeder, works left side near wing. Back to Young in the lane. Kick it out, they swing it. Brown, 3, no good. Rebound knocked away. Run down, Chicago has it. 4-on-2 break. Dosunmu drives and is fouled by Brown. Quietly, on a quiet tip, Ayo Dosunmu was one of the fastest guys in the league with the ball.
Did you see how he got from half up the court?
As the kids would say, low key.
Low key.
Low key. That guy, he can pick him up and put him down.
Listen, I was looking at my monitor when he first caught the basketball, and by the time I looked up at the court, it was already. I was still looking at half, Jonesy. There was nobody there.
Yeah, I blinked and he was.
Wow.
He was getting a foul.
Talk about a blur. At his size, too, that's impressive.
Dosunmu. Makes a second free throw. 35-22. The Bulls have opened up a 13-point lead, Javon, very quietly in a sense. Schroeder to Barrett. RJ drives into the lane, lays it up and in. RJ looked like, who did he look like on that one? He looked like a fullback. Put that under his arm and just ran through the defense. Looking like Josh Allen or one of those running quarterbacks on that play. DeRozan up top, 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Drives on Brown, shot fake, leans in, puts it up, score it and a foul. DeMar with the exquisite footwork. Chicago up 37-24 and a free throw to come for DeMar.
His footwork is surgical because, right now Chicago on that last possession had everybody loaded up on the right side of the floor. And DeMar's baiting you, right? He's dribbling to that left elbow with his right hand as if he's going to attack the right side of the floor and just spins away, shot fake, gets Bruce Brown up in the air, picks up the foul and one, knocks down the free throw.
Well, Raptors put up 41 yesterday. Chicago's got 38. Barrett drives, floats it up and in, and a foul. RJ puts his head down, gets to the cup, and the Raptors cut the lead to 38-26. And a free throw to come for RJ Barrett. And as he said last night in our postgame, I can't be out here shooting him like Shep at Michigan.
I got to put up with him. That's my young boy. Well,
he missed the free throw. Boucher swoops in and tries to tip it up and in, and he's fouled. And Boucher's going to get a couple of free throws. Boucher, first free throw good. This has been a productive trip for Toronto. They got 2, and it could be 4. Chris makes the first free throw. Second one in the air, no good. And the quarter ends with Chicago up 38-27. Raptors only 3 of 5 from the stripe right now.
3 of 5 from the stripe, 0 for 9 from the three-point line. So it's clearly a different day, new game. Now he's still got to figure out some ways to muster up some offense, especially when the shot's not dropping. Right now on the other end, Chicago lights out from the floor, 65%. Got to slow them down.
Second quarter when we come back. Bulls 38, Raptors 27. You are listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
The Night Country. It takes us one by one.
True Detective, Night Country, an HBO original series. Stream now, only on Crave. Plan starting at $9.99 a month. Subscribe now at crave.ca.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
The first quarter was brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans. We're about to start the second quarter. 38-27. Chicago by 11. And Javon, dare I say, not a vintage quarter for the Raptors. I mean, they shot 52%, but outscored by 9 from the three-point line. And Chicago looking like the upper end of a Paul Jones high school math test with 65%.
65.
That's good. It's excellent for math. Might be even better for an NBA field goal percentage.
Great for an NBA field goal percentage. If you keep clocking at that rate, you put yourself in a great position. But for me, you trust that the offense is going to come, especially for the Raptors, that they're going to move the basketball. And RJ started to get himself going late in that first quarter. Got some 2 really good, strong finishes. But the part that you have to address right out the gate is offensive rebounds. 4 offensive rebounds for Chicago. And if they're shooting the ball the way they are, they also can't get extra opportunities with the ball coming off of the glass. And, when you have offensive rebounds, that's just attention to detail, and that's just, a lack of focus. And you guys just got to really lock back in. Ball goes up, shot goes up, find a man, find a body. The stuff that you hear in grade school.
Chicago ball to start the quarter. In the red, they move left to right. Raptors in the zone. Jonte Porter and his 2 fouls back in the game. Caruso gets inside, floats it up and in.
In that
40-27 Chicago. The zone, it's
in that zone. But again, I mentioned the discipline, right? And Caruso gets into the paint there. The shot fake gets Schroeder up, and we've seen DeMar DeRozan, a couple possessions before to close out the first quarter, getting Bruce Brown up in the air.
RJ drives, gets to the hoop, lots of contact. He's fouled. Going to go back to the line where he's 0 of 1. RJ will put that head down and get to the. He knows where the food is in the kitchen. He knows where the food is. That cupboard is about 10 feet high, and if you're going to eat, that's where you're getting. Barrett, first free throw, good. Raptors trail 40-28. Second one good by Barrett. 40-29 is the Chicago lead. They come front court. DeRozan drives on Brown into the lane, blocked by Porter. DeRozan retrieves it on the baseline. Shot clock at 8. The double comes. He steps through it, floats it up, no good. That's the veteran, huh? You come with that soft double. He sees it coming. The guy, the original man on him, is waiting for the double, saying, I'm getting help. And as he eases up before the double forms, the veteran's right between them.
Well, just so smart and patient because he's watching that double, right? He's waiting for that double to come, and on that last step, that's when he starts to burst to the basket, splitting that double team. And that's the cardinal rule, is not allowing, the ball handler or whomever's in possession to split a double.
DeRozan on the line. And he misses the second free throw. Split them 1 of 2. Raptors down 41-29, but Javon, I don't like the pace right now. It's at Chicago's pace. Schroeder drives, lay it up and in, far side. The Bulls 10-2 this year when attempting at least 24 free throws. They've got 7 right now. DeRozan in the lane, fall away over Brown, got it. Little lean in, push off, get some space and drop down the 10-footer. Schroeder to Barrett, into the corner to Boucher, far side. Up top to Schroeder, swing it near side. Porter, 3, good, down the bottom of the well. For Jonte Porter, 43-34, Raptors cut it to 9. Dosunmu steps back, his 3 no good. Rebound Boucher. Outlet Schroeder. Raptors right to left toward Bay Street in the black uniforms. Barrett on the drive. Gets into the lane. Gets to the hoop. Has it blocked. by Drummond. Outlet Chicago. Dosunmu on the run to Caruso. Into the lane. Kicks it back to Dosunmu. Now to DeRozan, far side. Guarded by Brown. DeRozan backs in. Double comes. They swing it. Caruso, 3 in the air. No good. Rebound tipped away. On the ground. Who has it? Bruce Brown and Dalen Terry fighting for it. The Raptors come away with it. Boucher. They got him on a walk against Alex Caruso in the front court. Thought he had an advantage and turned it over.
That's the right call. That's the right call. Porter put some air on the basketball, and Chris Boucher didn't see the defender behind him and just drags that back foot before he puts the ball on the floor. Caruso did a good job just cutting off the lane to the basket, the clear path to the basket.
Front court. DeRozan jumper, no good. Didn't get the roll. Raptors with the rebound. Here comes Schroeder up the right side, far wing. 9 minutes, first half, 43-34 Chicago. Schroeder kick it out. Porter another 3 up top. Got it again. The young man is cooking right now. Timeout Chicago.
It was just a matter of time with him, right? You look at his technique, you look at his mechanics on his shot, it's all there. Schroeder, recognize they hit one earlier, pick and roll action, pop it right back to him, and the way he got up into that shot, far more confident, far more comfortable. He's got to continue rolling because he has all the tools.
Andre Drummond ain't coming out in that thin end.
No. Drummond nor Vooch are coming out on the perimeter.
8:58 first half. Chicago 43, Toronto 37. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Love meatballs? You could have spaghetti and meatballs, but why have a dish where they're mentioned second, like an afterthought? With 2-for-1 Pizza's new meatball menu, meatballs are the star of the show with dishes like meatball pizza, with meatballs, green peppers, and red onions starting at just $11.99, or their classic meatball sandwich on 6-inch toasted garlic bread smothered in classic tomato sauce and mozzarella from just $9.99. Order online at 2for1pizza.com.
Hey Raptor fans, what's better than the team winning on the court? A win for the kids and a win for you. When you play the MLSE Foundation 50-50 jackpot, you help communities get kids and youth off the sidelines and onto the court. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. Will you be a winner this season? Only one way to know. Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
LG Home Comfort has an unbelievable offer. A free heat pump that heats and cools your home. That's right, you get a pump, you get a pump, and you get a pump. LG Home Comfort is making heat pumps free. Just pay the HST. Normally this would cost thousands, but LG Home Comfort has dropped the price of a heat pump with install to the same price as the rebate. But the guaranteed rebate is ending soon, so call today. 1-855-725-PUMP. That's 1-855-725-PUMP. Or visit lghomecomfort.ca.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
8:58 first half. Raptors trailing Chicago 43-37. Chicago's lead was 14. Raptors have cut it to 6 on the strength of 3 or 4 to start this second quarter. Second quarter brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, Andrew Drover. We are courtside. You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewenberg at halftime. Cameron Moore back at Raptor Center with producer Owen Hall and Josh Lippa spinning the dials up top to keep this vehicle between the lines right now. Chicago in the red. They'll come left to right. Raptors trying to run them down as they're in the 9 spot right now. 43-37. Chicago with the lead, and they will bring it front court left to right. Javon Carter into the game. One of my favorite players as a kind of a role player. Kid always plays hard. He'll always have a job in this league. Zach LaVine. Step back jumper, no good. Rebound Toronto. Barrett outlet to Schroeder. Back to Barrett in the middle of the court. Down low, finds Bruce Brown, who lays it in. RJ doing a really nice job dishing the ball on the break, Javon.
Yeah, he's just trusting, making passes, making the reads, right? And it's the right reads. Bruce Brown out in transition. Now he's hounding Javon Carter on the ball. Gotta love him.
I love Bruce Brown's defense. Terry into the lane, offensive foul, leans in on Boucher, and they got the foul. I like when the referees call the offensive foul without the flop. Raptors outscoring Chicago right now in the second quarter, 12-5. Hence the lead cut to 4. And Toronto looking for more coming front court. Schroeder, Porter, Barrett, Boucher, and Brown. Porter up top, 3 again, no good. Rebound Kobe White.
Yeah, look good, look great.
Good release. Kobe White, front court, kicks it out to Vooch. Swing it to Patrick Williams, screen and roll. Foul line jumper, no good. Rebound Bruce Brown. Outlet Schroeder. Gets a screen from Porter. Drives. Now kicks it up top. Boucher back to Schroeder. 3 in the air. Bang, bang in the bottom of the well for Dennis Schroeder. 43-42. The Raptors cut the lead to 1. Levine into the lane. Floats it up. Blocked by Porter, but it could be a goaltending call.
Well, even before the block, I thought Zach LaVine scooped the basketball above the defense. Would have been a carry there, but possession before. Good job by Dennis Schroeder in transition. Didn't have nothing, reset, and he's the one that ends up with the shot, knocking it down. But the patience, the awareness, I don't have to force a pass. I don't have to force an attack. Let me let this play develop.
They were going to call goaltend, and the referee said no. Now they have changed their mind, and they've given the and 1. So it'll be 2 and a free throw for Levine. Billy Donovan with a little bit of a... there was a foul. They, as Javon, as you said, though, they missed the carry.
Yeah.
And there was a foul subsequently, and then a goaltend subsequently. So, like I said, you got to call the little things, the carries, the travels. And Darko now with a look of incredulity, like, whoa, what's going on here? You giving him the 2? Yeah, they did, Darko. Levine free throw good. Chicago up 46-42. 7:25 first half. Schroeder skips over the midcourt line. Turns his back to Carter. Gets it to Barnes. Scotty on the logo. Gets it to Porter. Zip it cross court. Boucher on the drive into the lane. Jams it down. Oh, the slim duck is quacking. Nasty jam from Boucher. Raptors cut it to 46-44. Don't give him lanes. Kobe White in the lane, blocked by Porter. Here comes Toronto. Schroeder head up on the run. Gets it to Boucher. Corner 3, no good. Rebound, Bruce Brown. Kick it out. Barnes 3 up top, no good. Rebound knocked away to Brown. Back to Schroeder, 3 in the air. Rattles, doesn't go. Boucher can't squeeze the rebound. Chicago with the ball, still has the lead. 46-44, 6:30 first half. Levine down low, called for the offensive foul on the post-up against Schroeder.
And Schroeder smart, right? Zach LaVine thought he had the mismatch, had the matchup, and he's pinning in the arm of Dennis Schroeder. Dennis did a good job of using that same arm and waving down the referees to get the attention. Picks up the foul. Zach LaVine knew it right away and just headed the other way.
Yeah.
Get back on defense. Emmanuel quickly checking in, and Gary Trent Jr. coming in for Bruce Brown. And Bruce Brown, some really good minutes early, right? And not a big-time score. Had that layup under the basket from the pass from RJ. But moving the basketball, hounding the ball defensively, just an energizer.
Quickly, front court to Porter. Dribble handoff, Trent behind the screen. Near side. Kicks it to Porter in the lane. Dribbles it out, hands it off to Trent. Gary raises up, 3, no good. Rebound Vucevic. Chicago back. Levine turns the corner. Kicks it to White, and Trent a little bit too close. Fouls him far pocket, left side. 46-44 Chicago. DeRozan in, Carter out. Chicago in the red, left to right. DeRozan, Vucevic, Levine, Williams, and White. Raptors defending. Trent, Porter, quickly, Barnes, and Boucher. Vucevic, foul line jumper, got it.
Guard there, Gary Trent Jr.'s got to get over that screen a little quicker so that Porter can recover back to Vooch, especially because he's a threat in the mid-range.
Barnes on the lob, down low to Boucher. Chris to Porter, kick it up top. Scotty drives on Vooch and jams it down. Oh, Scotty gave him the stanky leg.
Hey.
Right hand dribble, that left leg looked like it was twitching, and Vooch was frozen.
Vooch was about to tilt over. Scotty was already at the rim.
DeRozan back, knocks in a 10-footer. Hey, SportsCenter, if you're listening, put the stanky leg on the highlights. Somewhere Warren Ward is up there practicing his. Boucher drives underneath to Porter, lay it in. 50-48, Toronto down 2, 5 minutes first half. DeRozan on the drive, they got the illegal screen on Kobe White. Brent Barnaky holding up his fist, saying that's 0 on the foul, Toronto ball.
Hey, you know what, Jonesy? Right now, Toronto's still not shooting the basketball well from 3, but here's a standout. 16 assists on 20 made field goals.
I always say this. Imagine the assist total if they could actually shoot, Javon.
It's, just getting good ones. Just getting really good looks. And moving the ball, getting the ball into the right place, the right hand. Still shooting 54% from the floor.
Looking for a tie or the lead with a 3, and the ball goes through Boucher's hands, out of bounds into the Chicago bench. Chris trying to maybe do too much before he secured the orange.
Sometimes that happens. You're already thinking about the basket, thinking about the play before you secure the basketball.
Be quick, but don't hurry. 4:40 first half. DeRozan to Vucevic. 3 up top, no good. Rebound Boucher. Outlet Barnes. Raptors again looking to tie with a 2, lead with a 3. Scotty, step back, 3, no good. Rebound. Boucher doing the dirty work, pushed in the back by DeRozan. Chris just has a nose for that ball on the offensive glass, Javon.
He does. And I think with Bruce Brown here as well, this is gonna help Chris in just accepting the energy role and coming in and impacting a game through energy.
4:23 first half. Raptors will inbound near side. Barnes doing the honors in front of the Chicago bench. Gets it to quickly. To Trent on the curl, far side. Finds Thad Young. Jams it down. Old man River with the dunk. And Garrett Temple in the bench up saying, Thad, you got that? You got that?
Legs.
You got that, Thad?
Young legs, you got it.
Game tied at 50. Vucevic on the dribble. Gets it to Levine. To Vooch, far side on Thad Young. Turns, backs him down. Thad holding his ground. Vooch spins to the baseline, loses it, kicks it out to DeRozan at center. A deep 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Toronto.
You don't got to be the strongest to hold your ground. Thad did a good job with Vooch there, just getting the lower center of gravity, and Vooch really couldn't move him out of the way.
Trent near side, left wing. Looking for Barnes on the flash into the lane against DeRozan. Kick out quickly, 3, no good. Rebound Chicago. DeRozan up the right side, near wing. Chicago left to right. DeRozan backs in on Barnes. Spins, gets to the baseline, spins back, lays it up and in. Vintage DeMar. Timeout Darko.
Just good footwork.
Man, it's like you said, exquisite, sublime, surgical.
It is a surgeon with a scalpel. And what I like is, as he's making his moves, he's always balanced, like always enough space between both his feet, just keeping his core and his foundation solid. Easy finishes for him.
Let's take a break. 3:18 first half. Chicago 52, Toronto 50. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Unhibernate, verb. To laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage, I am going to unhibernate this winter by visiting my local Subaru dealer today. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
We are summer. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Coming soon, North America's largest indoor boat show, the Toronto International Boat Show. Take Go Transit to the show. Save time and money with Go Transit and Boat Show combo tickets. January 19th to 28th at the Enercare Center.
We are summer. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
The Toronto Boat Show.
Visit TorontoBoatShow.com.
Welcome aboard this Air France radio message. Until February the 6th, enjoy fares at the very best prices during the Air France Rendezvous and benefit from our 90 years of experience of in-flight fine dining, design and comfort. Our very best 90th anniversary fares have just landed. Book your flight to Florence starting at $890 return from Toronto, tax included. Elegance is a journey. Air France. Travel from January 24th to June 22nd or from September 18th to October 31st, 2024. See conditions at airfrance.ca.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
3:18 first half. You'll hear from Taddy, Ward, and Leuenberg at halftime. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard here alongside Andrew Drover courtside. Our man Luka Moya down for the count. Luka, let's get after it, buddy. We need you back in the lineup. Up top, Josh Lippa looking after the Taddy crew. And back at Raptor Central, the man controlling all the shots, the shot caller, producer Owen Hall, and our board op, our technical producer Cameron Moore. Takes that many people to keep Jim Taddy on the air. Yes, guy. Looking forward to my Yes Guy segment tomorrow morning about 10:30. I got to go home and lift weights to make sure I'm ready to go. Warren, you working on that stanky leg up there? Right hand dribble, flex that, quiver that left leg. Warren's going to use that one in the pickup game tomorrow.
Warren, don't do it. The knees, the Achilles, don't do it.
Yeah, actually, Warren, don't do it. I need you on the broadcast. We already got Josh down. Raptor ball front court. 3 minutes to go, first half. Barrett drives and is fouled. RJ getting to the cup again. 52-50. He's going to go to the line and try and tie the game. And I look across from us, and sitting in the front row is one of the great hockey players of our generation, PK Subban, former Norris Trophy winner, Olympic champion, hanging out now, plying his trade in the U.S. on Big Brother ESPN. All-Star hockey game in Toronto. Javon, I might have to try and sneak into a party or two. I sneak onto the ice and skate, but after the second fall, they'd go, you probably don't belong here. 52 apiece. Free throws good from R.J. Barrett. 4 of 5 tonight from the stripe. We go under 3 minutes. The game is tied. First half action in Toronto. DeRozan to White. Kobe White, 3, steps into it, knocks it down. 55-52 Chicago.
Kobe having a great year. Career best pace in points, rebounds, and assists.
His name being mentioned for most improved. Trent has it knocked away. Raptors get it back. Barnes, 3, far side, got it down the bottom of the well for Scotty. We're tied at 55. Scotty knocks down his first triple of the game. White in the lane on Thad Young. Leans in, floats it up, short, rebound knocked away. Thad Young has it, off to Quickly. Front court to Barnes. Scotty on the drive against Caruso. Kicks it up top, picked off. Kobe White on the run, lays it up. Barnes comes back and blocks it. They're going to call goaltend, though. You know, Scotty cocked it back and squatted it like a volleyball. If he just goes up and doesn't cock it back and just tips it a split second earlier, I don't know if it's a goaltend.
Man, I'm giving him 10 for style points.
Yeah, you got that.
Spiked it.
Quickly back to Barrett, near side against DeRozan. 1:45 first half. Raptors down 2. Barrett near side on DeRozan. Backs up. Pull up, 3 in the air. Banks it in. RJ Barrett finds a bank open. Scotiabank is open at 8:30 on a Thursday night. Kobe White, 3, no good. Vucevic has it knocked away, and they're going to call Thad Young from behind. Toronto with the lead, 58-57, but Vucevic to the line for 2.
I'm not sure if RJ called glass on that, but we'll take it.
Hey,
we're taking it. Let's rock.
Hey, you got an ATM card. You can tap. You can use your watch. Wherever there's a chance, I got money.
And big-time effort by Thad on the other end. Wasn't able to get it, secure the basketball off of the defensive rebound, but tips it, taps it, picks up the foul, but at least you get to set up a defense and have another opportunity.
Vucevic backs in on Thad Young. Jump hook is in. Chicago, 40 of their 59 in the paint. Quickly, back for Toronto. Raptors down 1, 59-58. The jumper by IQ, no good. Rebound DeRozan.
And IQ, he's been pretty quiet. Only 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Right, got to find a way to, if shots aren't dropping, right, still impact the game, still be aggressive, still have a presence while you're out there.
Trent fouls DeRozan. Looks up, says to Zach Zarba, no, I got pushed by Vucevic. So, with 51 seconds to go, first half, Chicago leading 59-58. DeRozan will go to the line. First free throw good.
Number 34, John K. quarterback in the game for the Raptors. He's in for Thad Young.
DeRozan on the board again. He's got 13. Second free throw good. Give him 14. And make it 61-58 Chicago. Barnes, front court. On the bounce against Caruso. Drives right. Cross-court pass for Quickly. Too high, too hard. That was 5 turnovers last night for Scotty. And right now, unofficially, that is his first. Kobe White near side. On the drive. Into the lane on Barrett. Gets to the hoop and lays it in. 63-58 Chicago, back up by 5. Quickly front court. 15 seconds to go, shot clock at 10. That's all that's left, first half. Quickly pull up, 3, no good. Rebound Vucevic. Off to DeRozan. Billy Donovan says spread it out. Kobe White on the drive into the lane. Fall away jumper, banked up, no good, and that's the way the half ends. 63-58, Chicago by 5 at recess.
And a much better second quarter, second effort by the Raptors in this quarter here. They found a little formula that was working, the pick and rolls, and popping with Porter a couple of times. Second half of basketball, right? Got to come up with that execution right from the gate. Have that energy. Use that pop.
Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewenberg up next. Recess at Scotiabank Arena. Half the race done. 2 laps down, 2 to go. 63-58. Chicago by 5. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Canada's team is home. On Canada's sports leader. All season long.
You gotta love it.
Where else would you rather be? Raptors live here on TSN.
You've heard that sound before. A basketball going off the backboard and in. A bank shot. Well, that's actually the sound of a fan winning a Raptors jersey. That's the sound of a fan getting a signed Raptors basketball. And that's a fan scoring tickets to the NBA Finals. With the Tangerine Bank Shot contest, every bank shot the Raptors score this season wins a fan a prize. Enter for a chance to win at tangerine.ca/bankshot. Tangerine, that's forward banking.
When a cop loses her sight, she gains a partner she didn't expect to have. Now, can they work together?
Tell me every detail.
To bring the truth to light. The series premiere of Sight Unseen, Monday at 10 on CTV.
Hello, little brother.
Fiona? I didn't know you were coming.
You didn't get my email?
I got the one that said you had a big surprise for me coming.
Oh, Carl. You've got to pay attention to punctuation. Michael, would you read aloud this email on my cell phone?
Cal, big surprise, period. Coming, exclamation point. Call me, period. Fiona.
Oh.
Spence, located in Vaughan, Scarborough, and Mississauga.
Hi, Anthony Longo here. At Longo's, we're proud of what we offer our guests. That's why we sign every product we make with our family name. When you shop for staples like peanut butter and our all-new orange juice, you can save over 30% compared to other national brands. It's easy to save money without compromising quality when you switch to Longo's. I'm just glad we switched to printed labels. My wrist was getting very sore. For quality that meets your family standards, trust ours, Longo's.
Creating a company's culture is more than a vision and mission statement or plastering catchy phrases on the wall. People are the most important asset of any organization, so it's critical to build a culture that attracts and retains top talent. At Train West Online Academy, we help you establish a series of steps to help you define your corporate culture. We will help you define your beliefs, values, and passion, and discuss how you first need to connect with people. If you'd like to learn how to do this, go to trainwest.ca and click on our management training programs. That's trainwest.ca.
Sarah used to let things get to her. Like the news, or the fake news, the new girl at work, her old boyfriend's new girlfriend. All that changed when she traveled south with Transat.
It's the Comeback Change promo. Book now and get up to 40% off on vacation packages down south. Visit Transat.com or contact your Marlin travel professional. Conditions apply.
Air Transat. Travel moves us.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
Scotty drives on Vooch and jams it down. Oh, Scotty gave him the stanky leg. Right hand dribbled, that left leg looked like it was twitching, and Vooch was frozen.
Vooch was about to tilt over. Scotty was already at the rim.
DeRozan back, knocks in a 10-footer. Hey, SportsCenter, if you're listening, put the stanky leg on the highlights. Somewhere Warren Ward is up there practicing his.
A Warren Ward reference, gotta like it. At the half, 63-58 for the Bulls over the Raptors. Much better second half for the Raptors. 10 assists on 11 buckets. And they really got their way back in. The half didn't end the way they wanted to, but pretty good second quarter.
Yeah, no, I mean, the first was, I don't know, it's interesting to see because you don't have, or you can't expect the team to look like they did yesterday.
You could want them to.
You could want them to, but you can't expect them to. Yeah. So they start the game 0 for 8 from 3, and then you're like, okay, well, which Raptors team are we going to get? But that's been the story all season long. The 15-5 run in the second quarter, that was more like it. But what I really see is the bench stepping up. Bench has 18 points in this first half, which they didn't have that prior to because they weren't going as deep in the bench, and they didn't have to. At times they kind of shortened the rotation. So the bench is coming in and actually giving the Raptors a good lift, and they didn't have a drop off. They won the second quarter, but the start of this game wasn't good enough. And Chicago exploited the fact that the Raptors don't have a true center. They're undersized right now, and that small ball lineup it works when you're knocking down shots. And when you're not, that can be the result. The Raptors didn't have the strongest first quarter. They only scored 24 points, if I'm not mistaken. 27 points. Yep. There you go. So, not the strongest quarter. And most of those points came at the end when Chris Boucher had he got fouled on the free throw.
Right.
So,
yeah.
In all intents and purposes, not the strongest first quarter, and that's just because they didn't shoot the ball well. And then they put up a lot of pressure on their defense, and they're not big enough. I mean, Scotty Barnes is guarding Andre Drummond. That should never happen.
No.
It's a complete mismatch. And then you bring in Chris, same thing. They're undersized, and because of that, they got off to a slower start. Second quarter, much better. Attacking the rim, getting into the paint. Chicago's a pretty good defensive team, and they already have 42 points in the paint against Toronto. So if there's anything to happen in the third quarter, first 5 minutes, better yet for the rest of the game, you got to limit Chicago's paint touches because they're not the greatest shooting team, but when you let them get to the rim, DeMar DeRozan, you see how crafty he is around the rim. That guy is a veteran, knows how to score.
Yeah, I mean, that's the challenge right now for this Raptors team that is, and has been for the last little bit, pretty undersized. Without Jakob Poeltl, you don't have your primary rim protector. Now, obviously, Scotty Barnes has developed into a serious shot-blocking threat here in his third NBA season, but even still, to Warren's point, is you don't have a ton of size in the lineup, and teams like this with Vooch, who we've seen over the years, like, he can be physically punishing when he wants to be. They've had a hard time containing him with his 14 points and 8 rebounds, and of course we know DeMar DeRozan does a great job of getting to his spots in the mid-range and at the rim, getting to the free throw line. So that's been tough, but at the same time, like, I'll give credit to the Raptors' undersized fill-in bigs. Jontay Porter has done a nice job here tonight. 8 points, knocked down the Raptors' first 2 threes after, I mean, they couldn't buy a bucket in the first quarter, 0 for 9 from beyond the arc. So Jontay, who had his first assist of the night before the game even started, giving his number 11, his jersey number 11, to Bruce Brown. He's also got a couple of assists in the game here today, so I think he's done a nice job. And then Warren mentioned the bench. Thad Young coming off the bench with 6 points. He's done a nice job here as well. So I think if you're the Raptors going into the half here, you have to look at this and say they haven't been especially sharp, certainly not as sharp as they were last night. They're not playing their best basketball, and here they are within 5 points. It's a pretty good position to be in, provided they play better in the second half. They've got to knock down more shots, just 5 of 22 from beyond the arc, and they've got to do a better job on the boards, even though they are lacking in size.
I want to take the Jontay Porter conversation to another level. He starts on a regular basis lately, seems to get into early foul trouble. I think 5 minutes in, he was hit for 2 personal fouls, and they had to sit him down. But when he came back, as Josh said, the back-to-back threes, I mean, he really jump-started this Raptor team back into it. This guy, you can see evolving by the game, can't you?
He's fitting right in. He's fitting right in. And most of the things he does on the floor, you can't really teach. You know, his positioning, I want to say it's flawless because there's always flaws, but it's damn near perfect. He's usually in the right position, and anytime he's in a ball screen, which is why you see Quickly and Schroeder calling him, because he can shoot the ball so well, it forces the defense to essentially It forces the defense to have to adjust to him, and it gives the offensive player, meaning Quickly or Schroeder, an advantage because you can't help now. So the guard's getting screened, and now it's a big against a Schroeder or a Quickly who are faster than, you know, most big. So it gives him an advantage, and because he can shoot, it spaces the floor out. So R.J. Barrett, you know, he now can benefit. Scotty Barnes can benefit. And now there's more driving lanes. When he's off the floor, you see Chicago shrinking the floor a bit and essentially saying, okay, shoot the ball, because we're not confident in that. As soon as Jontay Porter comes in the game, he hit 2 threes. Chicago has to adjust.
Yep.
I've been really impressed with him as a player, but also as a person. I got a chance to speak to him for the first time when they got back from the trip over the weekend, and I've got to say, like, he's an impressive dude. It sort of reminded me of the first time that I spoke to Fred VanVleet back in 2016, not knowing much about him, and you have a conversation with him, and very quickly, like VanVleet, with Jontay, you realize, like, okay, well, this is an adult. Like, he gets it. He's a smart guy. It obviously shows on the floor. Probably one of the oldest 24-year-olds I've ever met, just because of, like, all of the things that he's been through in his life and his basketball career, overcoming the injuries, and it's given him a really good perspective and obviously an understanding that he's got an opportunity here. He's got to take advantage of it. And what I would say, just in terms of, like, the intelligence, it translates to the basketball court. Obviously, he's got a very high basketball IQ and feel for the game. And that's something I think he mentioned a lot about his upbringing and being part of this basketball family. Obviously, his older brother, Michael Porter Jr., playing for Denver. So I just think that he's in a situation here that he's well suited for. This is a good role for him. This is a good opportunity for him. And I give him all the credit in the world because he's taking full advantage of it.
Josh, thanks very much. Appreciate it. The Raptors first half stat is brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Hurry to your local Subaru dealer to get more out of every kilometer, including more karaoke. So a couple of numbers here. Bench scoring 18-11 for the Raptors. Turnovers for points. Chicago 7 for 2. The Raptors have turned it over 6 times and given up 6 points. Rebounds and second chance opportunities. 6 and 11 points for Chicago. 4 and 3 for the Raptors. The score that matters, or the number that matters, 63-58 for the Bulls over the Raptors at the half. The second half is next. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
LG Home Comfort has an unbelievable offer. A free heat pump that heats and cools your home. That's right. You get a pump, you get a pump, and you get a pump. LG Home Comfort is making heat pumps free. Just pay the HST. Normally this would cost thousands, but LG Home Comfort has dropped the price of a heat pump with install to the same price as the rebate. But the guaranteed rebate is ending soon, so call today. 1-855-725-PUMP. That's 1-855-725-PUMP. Or visit lghomecomfort.ca.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I just helped Tom with a business loan. He needed to soup up his mechanic shop. Not to brag, but I once modified a car to match my ultra speed. It went so fast, it broke the speed of sound. At least no one was inside. I hope no one was inside. I guess I'll just stick to approving business loans.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
We are summer. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Coming soon, North America's largest indoor boat show, the Toronto International Boat Show. Browse, compare, shop, deal. The best place to see boats is the best place to buy them. January 19th to 28th at the Enercare Center.
We are summer. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
The Toronto Boat Show.
Visit TorontoBoatShow.com.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Deadline day for small businesses. This is Omar Sachedina. Tonight on CTV National News, the financial scramble to repay SEBA pandemic loans. Full details tonight at 11 and at ctvnews.ca.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. The Raptors trailing 63-58 at the half. Going to go down to Paul Jones and Javon Shepherd very shortly. Barrett in the first half, 13 points. Scotty Barnes, 13 points. Porter, who had the first threes, back-to-back threes that really jump-started the Raptors, has 8 off the bench. Thad Young, who's been really impressive tonight, 6 points. Schroeder has 7. Bruce Brown got his first 2 points. He's played 8 minutes in the first half, so he made his Raptors debut and was noticeable out there. Boucher has 3. The bench, as Warren testified earlier, doing rather well tonight. Bench scoring, it is 18-11 for the Raptors over the Bulls. The half didn't end the way the Raptors wanted, but that was a nice uphill climb by the Toronto Raptors in that second quarter, outscoring the Bulls 31-25. On the other side of the ledger, DeRozan, 18 minutes, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 14 points. And obviously with him in attendance tonight playing and Vince Carter doing the TNT broadcast, there's a nostalgic feeling in the building. And we've detailed this earlier. Interesting because last night Kyle Lowry was here as Pascal Siakam was traded to Indiana. So there's a lot of emotion in the building, even tonight, a night later. And so we'll see what all that means in the second half. 63-58 for the Bulls over the Raptors at the half. Let's go downstairs to Javon Shepherd and Paul Jones. And Jonesy, there's still a bit of climbing to do here.
Well, there is, Jim, and it's been kind of up and down. If you're Toronto, you come back and tie the game, and it's one of those things, Javon, when you tie it, you got to stay close or take the lead. You can't slide again.
Yeah.
And that's, it just gives the other team a little bit more confidence when that happens.
That's the beauty in this game, right? You got 2 halves, and I thought the Raptors did a much better job in terms of their execution in the second quarter. Now it's taking that, like you mentioned, and building, from that, and not digging yourself a hole. And coming out, and a lot of it is, it's not always about the schemes and the tactics. A lot of it is really just the effort and the energy. And I thought in the first quarter Raptors were a little complacent. First of 5 of their first 7 shots were from the 3-point line. That's really where they settled and allowed Chicago to get out. But you come out the second half, and it's so important how you start halves, how you start quarters, how you finish them. So you have an opportunity right here. Chicago starting with the basketball, and Toronto with that a little full court press right now. Set the tone early, right? Make them uncomfortable.
Well, let's see if Toronto can do that. Kobe White brings it front court for Chicago. They lead 63-58 as we start this third quarter. Caruso to DeRozan. On the bounce, top of the lane, jumper, no good. Rebound quickly. Third quarter action delivered by 2-for-1 Pizza. Enjoy 2-for-1 Pizza's new meatball pizza. Classic meatball sandwich or delicious oven-baked meatballs today. Call 2-for-1, 2-for-1. And there was a 3 in there. We were calling 2s and 1s and 2-for-1s, but the Raptors get a triple by Emmanuel quickly in the bottom of the well to make it 63-61, and Chicago back with a deuce by Vucevic. 65-61 Chicago. Third quarter just underway. Quickly down to the baseline. Raptors in the black. Left to right. Quickly into the corner. Barrett, shot fake, drives baseline. Man, Caruso knocked him out of bounds like a football play, and Schroeder up saying, what is that? Schroeder's like, what is that? That's a football play. Raptors will inbound to your side, right wing.
But I love that.
Schroeder still wants an explanation.
Well, I love that because Schroeder's on the bench, and he wants an explanation why that's not shots.
Yeah. Schroeder's like, what is that?
Right, and the officials telling him it was behind the basket.
Quickly 3, no good. Chicago by 4, front court. Levine drives on Trent. The foul will be on Gary.
Levine hobbling on 1 foot. Looks like on that attack he might have rolled that right ankle. He's ticked off. He's going right to the locker room, going right down the tunnel right now. You can see it at right foot. He steps on Porter's inside foot and rolls it over. Gary Trent Jr. playing defense. And Porter just doing a good job. Inadvertent contact there.
DeRozan, far corner. Shot fake, drives on Barnes. Contact, pull-up jumper, short. Rebound, Scotty. Front court, Raptors hustling it. Barnes gets it to Quickly. On the dribble, handoff to Barrett. RJ into the lane. Floats it up, no good. All kinds of contact on Caruso. No call. DeRozan back. Stop. Kick it out. Caruso, Vucevic, 3 straight away. No good. Rebound Barnes. Quick hit ahead to Jonte Porter. Vucevic back and knocks it away. Saves what probably was a dunk for Porter.
Porter's got to be ready for those two, especially if he's going to be playing more minutes, longer stretches. You get out into transition, that ball's got to be, your hands got to be glue, catching that basketball, count those 2 points.
Chicago. On defense, Raptors inbound front court. Barnes up top, Quickly. Drive, kicks it cross court to Barrett. And it is out of bounds, turnover. Back comes Chicago. 65-61 Bulls. Kobe White up top. On the drive into the lane, lays it up and in. White gets to the hoop again.
Well, Kobe White there attacking out of the double team and just gets a step on Scotty Barnes to the rim.
Raptors miss the easy one. Porter goes airborne to try and tip it home, and he's fouled. Fouled by Vucevic. How about the Raptors turning the Bulls over 7 times so far, but only 2 points? And the rebounding, a telling stat, Javon. The Raptors being out-rebounded 23-16. Raptors have won exactly 1 game this year when they've been out-rebounded. Porter. First free throw is up and in. Second one also down for the Missouri Tiger. 67-63. 4-point lead for Chicago. Back come the Bulls. Turnaround jumper by Vucevic, no good. Under duress from Porter. Here comes Trent. Gary been kind of quiet tonight. 2 points, that's it. Has it up top. Drives near side. Bounces off Caruso. He says, take that, Paul Jones.
He heard you.
In your eye hole.
He heard you.
In your eye hole. In the kitchen. 67-65. Maybe he'll catch fire.
And you know what? To add to that, add a little spice to that, that was exactly the same shot he hit for his first 2 points of the game, that mid-range off the dribble.
Vucevic, great footwork, though. The shot blocked. Scotty Barnes comes across to block it. Oh, they called goaltend. You got to challenge that. That is not a goaltend. Darko calls a timeout and a challenge. I thought it was a great block by Scotty. Oftentimes referees look at time out of the hand as well.
Well,
but
the two that Scotty has gotten, they've been pretty emphatic. And with this one, I think it's going to be a close call because that ball had just hit the peak before it started to hit down.
We'll take a break and tell you about it when we come back. 69-65 Chicago. Coach's challenge on the goaltend.
Ruling on the floor is goaltending. There's a challenge on the play.
You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
TSN and TSN Plus are the home of the National Lacrosse League.
Shoots, scores, what a goal!
With every game, all season long.
Look at those moves. Oh my goodness!
NLL lives on TSN and TSN Plus.
A big win and a bigger impact. When you play the MLC Foundation 50-50 jackpot, you support the kids and the future Raptors of tomorrow. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. Will this season include you? The only way to find out is if you play. Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
There are many peculiar words in the English language. Words like salivigant, peregrinate, nemophilus, peripatetic, and conviviality. Yet, there is no word for getting the most out of winter in your Subaru, thanks to symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate. As in, while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer today, and welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Well, you couldn't hear the rousing cheer, but it was overturned. So no goaltending, but the ball was blocked out of bounds. So it'll be Chicago ball. But they saved the two, Javon. You got a chance for a stop again. It's too bad you have to waste a challenge on something that's obvious. Yeah. You know? So let's see if the Raptors can get the stop, Javon. Darko still retains his challenge as long as he has a timeout left. So I guess, you saved the possession, so you're okay. Let's see if you can get a legit stop. Chicago to inbound, baseline right, far side. They get it to DeRozan, deep, 3 in the air, no good. Raptors get the stop. Porter with the rebound. Outlet to Quickly. Into the corner to Trent. Front of the Raptor bench, underneath to Barnes. Puts it up, no good. Blocked by Vucevic. No foul call. Darko wanted it, they don't get it.
Well, they missed 3 fouls there. DeRozan with his arms around Scotty's waist. Vooch with the body.
DeRozan drives into Barnes. Shot fake, now gets it to Vucevic, down low. Backs in, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound Barnes. 8 minutes, third quarter, Toronto down 67-65. Scotty drives. Oh, Kobe White's on him. Scotty backs into the lane. Kick out Trent. Catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound Vucevic. Kobe White up the middle of the floor to Dosunmu. Drive, lay it up, no good. Porter with the block. Here comes Toronto. Barrett front court, left to right. Gets it down low to Barnes. A lazy pass. Caruso picks it off to Dosunmu for the easy lay-in. And Chicago goes up 69-65. Quickly front court. On the bounce, gets it to Barrett. Far side, left wing. Right hand to the middle for RJ. Back to the left. Finds Porter straight away. Into the corner for Scotty, who wasn't expecting it. The Raptors turn it over.
Yeah, got to get some control here. 2 turnovers, 1 live ball turnover, and this one here, Porter just whipping it to the corner. You know, on the pocket pass, on the drop pass there, the behind the back bounce pass, Porter had the jump shot right from 3. He's got to get comfortable. Again, those are shots that you want him to take. Those are shots in the, in the flow of the offense. Good shots, and then guys are going to be in rebounding position to get them. Don't overplay or overforce passes. Those are just as detrimental as 4 shots.
Chicago ball, front court. DeRozan skips into the lane, floats it up and in. Little distance by Chicago now. The lead back up to 6, 71-65. RJ drives, gets to the hoop. No foul called, but they're going to say out of bounds off Chicago.
Patrick Williams returns for Chicago. Number 21, Daniel Stroh, back in the game for the Raptors. He's in for Tonte Porter. Williams into the game for Caruso.
Raptor ball inbounding. Inbounding right side near wing. Billy Donovan going to challenge. Because if there's no foul, he said, then it should be Chicago's ball. And that's, Javon, you can't get away with these. Back in the old days, I mean, Barrett it looked like it went off him out of bounds, but you would say to the other guy who said, that's our ball, he said,
ruling on the floor is Toronto basketball. Chicago's taking the timeout to challenge the ruling.
You would say back in the day, hey, I know it's supposed to be your ball, but you fouled him. I didn't call it, so shut up and play defense.
Play ball.
But now you don't call a foul. You can't go back retroactively and call it, so we'll see what happens here. Let's take a quick break. 71-65 Chicago, 6:46 third quarter rather. You listen to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
1 in 2 people struggling with their mental health aren't getting the help they need. That's why for Bell Let's Talk Day, we're highlighting organizations such as the Canadian Red Cross. They now provide training that helps individuals develop tools and strategies to manage stress and learn how to support themselves and others. To find out more about the Canadian Red Cross's services or to discover other resources that create real change in mental health every day, visit bell.ca/let's talk.
Love meatballs? You could have spaghetti and meatballs, but why have a dish where they're mentioned second, like an afterthought? With 2-for-1 Pizza's new meatball menu, meatballs are the star of the show with dishes like meatball pizza, with meatballs, green peppers, and red onions starting at just $11.99, or their oven-baked meatballs, baked in their classic tomato sauce topped with Italian herbs for just $10.99. Order online at 2for1pizza.com.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Well, successful challenge. They said Barrett was the last one to touch the ball, so Chicago gets it. And Javon, that's where the challenge actually hurts the referees. They could have, I mean, you can't go back and say, oh, well, it was off Barrett, but you fouled him.
Right.
I mean, it's not something you can do retroactively, so Toronto is going to be charged with a turnover. So Chicago will bring the ball 94 feet. Kobe White against Dennis Schroeder. White drives into the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Vucevic, and they say he was fouled. Push from behind. Quickly and Schroeder both there. And they're going to give it to Schroeder.
That's a tough cover for Schroeder. Kobe White snaking that dribble. Now he's going one-on-one with Thad Young. Schroeder's now cracking back on Vooch. Just gets caught at the wrong place, wrong time.
All right, Raptors go zone on the inbound. DeRozan to Patrick Williams. Back to DeRozan in the middle to Vucevic. Drives, lays it up and in. They got the same matchup, Javon. Yep. Vooch on Thad Young, and he overpowered him.
Yeah, overpowered him and obviously giving up a couple inches. Thad's giving up a couple inches. Good job by Vooch using that inside hand to get the ball to the rim quick.
Raptor ball, front court. Trent step back, long two, got it in the bottom of the well. Well, it's a 2, not a 3. Gary wanted a 3. But if you're the Raptors, you'll take any score right now. 73-67, Chicago with the lead. Front court, Williams to a running start for DeRozan. In the air, lays it up and in. Man, DeRozan again with the footwork, Javon. Front court, DeRozan runs into the Raptors bench, has a few words for familiar faces. Toronto inbound. Front court, left to right. Young to Quickly. Far side, left wing. On the elbow, cross court to Barrett. RJ on Patrick Williams. Drives. Gets to the baseline, lays it up, no good. Put back by Thad Young, no good. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball.
You know, and RJ he's really frustrated, but Chicago's doing a good job just really sitting on that left hand and funneling him to the right.
So Raptors down 75-67. Chicago grinding it, a chance to make it 10. Levine 3 up top, no good. Rebound. Here come the Raptors. Trent, near side, pull up, jumper, no good. Rebound Kobe White. Chicago on the charge, front court. 4:50 to go, third quarter. Vucevic too good. The lead is 10 for Chicago. 77-67. And Darko Rajakovic wants to talk.
That's what makes Vooch so tough to cover, right? In that pick and roll, the 17-footer for his 20th point. We're talking about another double-double, 20 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists. Does a bit of everything.
So we will keep it here. Javon, you had it at a 2-point game, 69-67. You give up an 8-0 run. And again, with the game at this pace, Javon, this 10-point lead is more like 14.
Well, Chicago's really controlling the tempo of the game. And it's not, when I say tempo, I don't mean getting up and down. They're just controlling the possessions. they're last in the league in pace. But what also hurt the Raptors is they had a couple turnovers consecutively that just allowed Chicago to gain confidence, allowed Chicago to run some offense, allowed Chicago to get a flow going for themselves. And then now you end up with plays like this where you just run a simple side pick and roll. And Vooch is, he's a good player, right? He's picking and popping. He's getting into posts where he has size advantage against the matchup inside with that. And, they have something going with him right now. So that's where you really have to, I'm not going to say stop Vooch, but just contain, what he's doing and just not allow him to get the ball in comfortable positions.
All right, well, got to make a muscle if you're the Raptors.
Number 11, Bruce Brown. Number 4, Scotty Barnes, both back into the game for Toronto. In for RJ Barrett and Gary Trent Jr.
Raptors front court down 10, 4:40, third quarter. Quickly on Vucevic. Drives, gets into the lane, kick it out. Scotty drives. Pass underneath, too hard for Thad Young, thrown away. 10th turnover of the game for Toronto.
And Toronto's lucky right now because out of those 10 turnovers, Chicago's only converted for 12 points, right? That they can convert on far more. You're looking at 18, 20 points and north of that.
Williams to Vucevic, front court, Chicago, right to left toward Bay Street. Kobe White into the lane, drives, lays it in and a foul, and all of a sudden the lead is 12, threatening to be 13. Biggest lead of the game for Chicago was 14. And the Raptors in a bit of a blackout here, Javon. They're shooting only 46% after clipping along at 52 at halftime. Right now, they are 3 of 12 in the quarter.
But we're seeing the same problem we've seen in the first half. At the point of attack, Chicago's just getting that initial step. And once you get that initial step, the advantage is created, whether you're going for a basket, whether you're moving the basketball. Now you're forcing the defense to be in rotations.
Raptors finally get a hoop from Scotty Barnes. 80-69 Chicago. Raptors got to dig in on D. Dosunmu. Patrick Williams. Up top, they swing it. Kobe White near side. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound, Bruce Brown. Up the middle of the floor, the newest Raptor. Brown changes speeds, gets into the lane and lays it in. Eyes Garrett Temple, says, how you like that one?
Listen, he's only 6'4", and he makes magic happen around that paint.
6'4", plays like he's 6'8". Patrick Williams, 3, got it. Chicago up 83-71.
Zach LaVine with the pass there. Running out here a little gimpy, but great read, kicking it out to the weak side off of the penetration.
Barnes into the corner. Brown, catch and shoot 3, bang, bang. Got that right leg, bouncing, hopping on the left. You know you're a shooter when you're making them and you got that right leg going. Down the bottom of the well the first time for Bruce Brown. Back comes Kobe White, 85-74 Chicago. And they've got a foul on Zach LaVine on the inbound. Chintzy foul by LaVine to take. That's his 4th foul.
Into the game for Vucevic and White.
Raptors in the black. Left to right, trailing by 11, 85-74, 2:50 to go, third quarter. Quickly, deep 3 up top, got it, bang! Down the bottom of the well for IQ. 85-77, quickly with 10 on the night.
It's a quiet 10.
Bruce Brown almost with a steal. He's hounding Zach LaVine. They get it to Patrick Williams, drives into the lane, and the foul on Bruce Brown. I just love Brown's activity, man. That cat could play for me any day.
He plays so hard. You don't even need plays, right? You don't need sets because even on the defensive end, right, he's just so active that he's blowing up plays before you have to get into rotation.
Yeah.
So we can figure all of that stuff out later. Plays so hard, the deflections, sitting on the basketball, sitting on the ball handler. Right, he blows them things up right out the gate.
He's one of those guys you pick on your team and pick up, and you don't worry. He's You don't have to tell him what to do. He just knows. Levine, pull-up jumper, no good. Brown with the defense. Raptors with the rebound. Front court comes Barnes. On the drive. Into the lane. Bounces off Drummond. Floats it up and in. And one. Scotty says, I got 2 and give me a coupon in my back pocket for one more.
I think we underestimate how strong Scotty Barnes is.
He bounced off. Drummond's a load at 290, and Scotty bounced off him, kept his balance, and got it down.
Right, he went, and he knew that was the last defender there, and he attacked right into his body, right into his chest. Got to make the free throws, though. He's probably a little shook up, but he did not shy away from Drummond.
Free throw good for Barnes, 85-79. Raptors cut it to 6. Williams in the lane, pull up, jumper, good. Patrick Williams has quietly had a solid game off the bench. 8 points, an assist, and solid defensively. Front court quickly. Drive, floats it up, no good. The foul on Patrick Williams. IQ sold that one.
Yeah, he sold it, but he also hit a shot from that same position a couple possessions ago. And Williams here bites because that hesitation right at that three-point line, you're thinking, okay, he's going to pull up, he's going to take another 3, I've got to contest. And then the hesitation to the basket has the defense clipped.
Quickly on the line, 1:46 third quarter. First free throw rattles in for IQ. 87-80. Toronto down 7, minute 46 to go. That's what's left third quarter.
He's in for Zach Levine.
Levine out. Dalen Terry in. Quickly free throw good. 87-81. 6-point lead. Raptors chipping away at the deficit. Chicago front court. Right to left towards Bay Street. Dosunmu drive. Kick to Dalen Terry. In the lane. Into the far corner. Dosunmu. Fly by Boucher. Dribbles in. The 10-footer no good. Boucher recovers for the rebound. Here comes Quickly. On the bounce, far side left wing. Gets it to Barnes. Hands it back to Quickly. They play screen roll. Quickly into the lane. Kicks it back to Barnes. Scotty to Schroeder. 3 in the air, no good. As soon as it left his hand, you could tell it was off. Back comes Chicago. 1 minute, third quarter. DeRozan straight away. Now on Brown. Raises up, jumper in the air, good. When you're looking for the pump fake, he elevates and scores. 89-81, DeRozan with 20. Bulls by 8.
One thing's for certain, the older DeMar DeRozan's got, the simpler he's made his game, right? Just really simplified, and I'm just taking advantage. I have a smaller matchup. I want to get to my mid-range when I'm picking out those small defenders and just shooting over them.
Scotty 3 up top, bang in the bottom of the well. 89-84, Raptor crowd getting behind them as they cut the lead to 5. Chicago front court. Raptor fans calling for defense. Drummond in the lane, fouled by Quickly. And are they going to give him shots? Yep, Drummond will get 2.
Picks up his first foul of the game. Team foul number 5.
Drummond only a 55% free throw shooter. Good foul, just not allowing him to get up and get anything easy. Knocks down the first one.
His technique doesn't look that bad, Javon.
Right.
So Barrett back in, final 14.9 third quarter. Second one by Drummond, no good. Rebound Barnes. Caruso almost knocks it away. Scotty has it. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Quickly over the mid-court line. Works left. Finds Barnes in the lane. Scotty floats it up and in. 90-86. Brown picks it off. Jumper in the air. Almost at the quarter. Bruce Brown Man, he could play DB.
He had that lean back. He was off that left foot. He was bouncing off that left foot again, Jonesy. But, we can clearly see we're entering Scotty time, right? Scotty's starting to pick up the intensity. Offensively, got some things going. Now you're getting into the fourth quarter. We know what time it is.
Well, it's the last lap of the track. It's that time, folks. 90-86 Chicago. Raptors down 4. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
There's no escaping it, whether your business is local, regional, or global. In today's faster-paced and more complex business environment, management and leadership skills are fundamental to success. Business owners must lead their organization, sales managers must lead their sales teams, and sales professionals must lead their clients and prospects. For over 18 years, Train West Management and Consulting has helped business professionals develop, expand, and refine their management and sales skills. If you're deadly serious about improving your skills, go to trainwest.ca.
Callum, which ad are we recording?
The one about setting a new record for engagement ring sales in December.
I've got it. Are you ready?
Hello, little brother.
Fiona?
Cal, who do you have here with you?
This is Michael. He just...
Cal? Your name is Cal?
No, sir. Not to you. He is Cal only to me. To you, he is Callum.
Hello, I'm Michael.
I'll get to you in a moment.
Fiona, I didn't know you were coming.
You didn't get my email?
I got the one that said you had a big surprise for me coming.
Oh, Cal, you've got to pay attention to punctuation. Michael, would you read aloud this email on my cell phone?
Cal, big surprise, period. Coming, exclamation point. Call me, period. Fiona.
Oh.
Callum, you should have called your sister.
Now that we have that mystery solved, I'll go downstairs and meet your people while you boys record your messages to the world.
Spence, located in Vaughan, Scarborough, and Mississauga.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Well, fourth quarter time, last lap of the track, 90-86. We have a horse race, Mr. Shepard, coming home.
Hey, you know what? It's funny, Jones, because I feel I have this inclination that the Raptors are going to come out and put together 2 or 3 possessions of consecutive stops, but also some good offensive possessions. Well, I felt like Scotty, that switch went off a little early in Scotty. He started to get it going in that third quarter, late in that third quarter.
Yeah. Well, fourth quarter time, and fourth quarter brought to you by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. Raptors would like a little $0 on the scoreboard from Chicago to start this quarter. So important to play with the lead, Javon. Gives you a margin of error.
Gives you a margin of error, but on the flip side, while you're playing from behind, it's a close game. You also have that sense of urgency a little earlier than when you're playing with the lead.
Right.
How many times have we seen not just small leads, big leads, convincing leads just dwindle down, right?
Yeah.
That team playing from behind always has, a little juice in the tank, a little bit more urgency.
Raptor ball to start the quarter in the black, coming left to right. Brown gets it to Barnes, far side, left wing. Squares on Dosumu. Backs him down, kicks it out to Schroeder. Swing it to Brown. In the lane, great find to R.J. Barrett, lay it in. Oh, the veteran Bruce Brown, I just love his game.
Yeah, big plays, man. Just good sound basketball plays.
He's a basketball player. I don't care how tall he is. He's got skill, all of them. Caruso drives, lays it in on Barnes. Scotty had him lined up for the block, and Caruso got it past him. 92-88 Chicago. Schroeder drives near side on Terry. Lots of hands, no call. Schroeder back to the top. Now they get it to Barnes on Terry. Darko wants the call. Scotty sweeps to the baseline, floats it up, no good, but is fouled. Scotty relentless, inexorable in his attack on the cup on that foray. 92-88. And Scotty B will go to the line for 2.
Oh, Terry just too small. They recognize the mismatch. Scotty catches it. And I love when he does this, right? The catch, the sweep baseline. Terry's recovering. He's on his backside. And Scotty picks up the foul, gets himself to it at the free throw line. But the recognition early. Love when Scotty catches it in that mid-post and just says, I'm ripping and I'm going.
First free throw good by Scotty. Second one also down. Give Barnes 24 and make the lead 92-90 Chicago. Dosunmu front court. On the bounce to DeRozan straight away. Works far side against Brown. The double comes. Scotty gets a piece. Raptors get the steal. 3-on-3. Barrett to Boucher for the lead. Got it!
Bang, bang.
Down the bottom of the well. 93-92 Toronto. Dosunmu front court for Chicago. Drives on Barrett, gets to the hoop, scoops it up and in.
That's tough.
That's a skilled move by Ayo Dosunmu.
Nothing you can do about that one. Nothing.
Brown drives, kicks it into the corner to Boucher. Chris drives to Schroeder, into the corner. Barrett, 3, no good. Long rebound, Dosunmu. On the run, front court. Against Barnes, far side. Dosunmu drives, gets to the hoop, kicks it out. Patrick Williams into the lane, lays it up, no good. Missed the layup. Here comes Toronto, they throw it away. Caruso to Williams, leans in. Lefty layup is good.
That's where Scotty's also got to be better, right? Sound plays, right? A careless turnover and timely point of a game when you're climbing back into it. 3-point game, that's got to value that possession, and you want the ball in your hands.
Brown up top to Boucher, and Barnes fouled by Dosunmu. 9:43, fourth quarter, 96-93 Chicago.
That is his second personal foul in the game. Team foul number 2 for Chicago. Number 8 is Zach Levine. Back into the game for the ball season for number 25, Taylor Terry.
Bruce Brown to inbound far side, left wing. Raptors in the black, left to right. Barrett up top. On the drive, gets to the hole, cross court, they swing it around. Schroeder up top, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound DeRozan. Out to Dosunmu, up the far wing. Drives on Scotty, kicks it back out to DeRozan. DeMar into the lane, kick to Patrick Williams, 3, it's long. Rebound, out of bounds, nope. Boucher saved it, here comes Toronto. Down 3, Scotty into the lane, skips through and is fouled. He used a great gather there, like James Harden held it down around his shin and then took his steps through the defense.
And you went as far as James Harden. I've seen DeMar DeRozan use that exact move 2 or 3 times in the game, and it's against him. Scoops it below with the sidestep through 2 defenders. Whether you make or miss the basket, right, you're going to the free throw line.
You know you're a baller when you see something.
And you can apply it real time.
Like
real time.
He didn't even go in the gym and practice it.
No.
He's like, oh, you did that to me? Watch this.
I seen that. I like that. I'm going to use that on you.
Scotty makes 2. 96-95. Chicago's lead is 1. Front court. Comes Chicago right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Dosunmu in the lane. Scotty Barnes blocks it. Kitchen's closed right now. Front court. Scotty on the run to Barrett. Jams it down. RJ says, take that with you. 97-96 Toronto.
Listen.
Billy Donovan upset at Brent Barnaky and now giving it to Zach Zarba, saying that's 4 points. 2 we didn't get and they got. Raptors lead 97-96. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a break. 8:54 to go, fourth quarter. We approach the top of the stretch. 97-96 Toronto. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Unhibernate, a verb. To laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage, I am going to unhibernate this winter by visiting my local Subaru dealer today. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Don't brave the winter weather. Stay in and enjoy the Voila magic with our Delivery Pass trial. No commitment and a month of unlimited free deliveries. Just like that. Voila, we deliver Sobeys, Longos, Farm Boy, and more. See terms and conditions at voila.ca.
Watch out! Witness hockey's best women in a league of their own.
Ladies, it is no longer impossible. It's a reality. It's a reality.
The historic debut season of the Women's Professional Hockey League on TSN. PWHL lives here.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
Well, Raptors up 97-96, 8:54 to go. Fourth quarter. They got the lead. Can they hold it now, Javon? We're going to go back and forth. Your thoughts on the energy. I'm telling you, man, I told Toronto fans last night, he may not be here for a long time. There's all kinds of trade speculation, but give me Bruce Brown on my team, brother, any day.
Yeah,
any day.
The energy that he plays with, and again, just making sound plays that impact the big picture, right? And it may not always show up in the stat sheet because it may be the hockey pass. It may be the controlling the pace of the game. It may be a big rebound, but he has his imprint on, as little as he's played here today, you can already feel his presence. And I look at it as well that there's tremendous amount of value to having somebody like that in the locker room as well. Right? You're talking about Scotty Barnes being the leader at 22 years old. Is he ready for it? Somebody asked Coach Masai, today, is he ready for that, right? And real time is the only way we find out, but you have a veteran presence like that can walk you through, it's a big help.
Vucevic up top, gets it to DeRozan. Bulls in the red, right to left. Dosumu, far side to Kobe White. Guarded by Bruce Brown. White on the bounce, spins. Brown right in his kitchen. Out to DeRozan, the three ball, partially blocked by Barnes. What a defensive sequence that is. Darko gets up and slaps five with Scotty as he runs by the bench.
And Bruce Brown running back down, pumping his fist, right? You get the partially blocked shot, but that's a byproduct of Bruce Brown just moving his feet on Kobe White and that late pass to a late contest.
Front court. Raptors, RJ almost turns it over. They get it back, though. Shot clock at 8. Schroeder into the lane. Finds Bruce Brown. 3 in the air. No good. Rebound, Levine. Here comes Chicago looking for the lead. Vucevic, elbow jumper. Got it. Chicago 98. Toronto 97.
Vooch so dangerous, that 17 to 19 foot range.
Raptors back, down 1. Barnes in the lane, Bruce Brown lay it up and in, the veteran. He's setting the screen and rolling like a 7-footer.
6'4" in height, 7 foot in stature and heart.
In the words of Kevin Garnett, analytics can't measure fortitude and heart. Kobe White drives, and you can substitute another word for fortitude knowing Kevin Garnett. Kobe White fouled on the drive. He'll go to the line to try and put Chicago back up 1.
Kobe White will go to the line for Chicago, 2 shots.
First free throw good from Kobe White. Game tied at 99. 7:23 to go. We've got a great finish coming, Javon.
Good finish. You have Scotty Barnes checking out. He's probably going to come back in around that 4:30, maybe 5-minute mark, depending on how this group out there right now holds down the fort. Schroeder, quickly, Porter, Brown, and RJ.
Kobe White misses the second one. The big cheer means a slice of pizza tomorrow. Scan the code when it comes up.
I'm scanning. My son loves pizza, so we're scanning.
Jonte Porter, 3 up top, no good. Rebound DeRozan. 7 minutes to go in the game. We are tied at 99. DeRozan, far side on Porter. Drive into the lane, kick it out. Vucevic down low. Patrick Williams jams it down. Ooh, it's a rude dunk by Patrick Williams. Chicago up 101-99. Front court, quickly, gets it to Barrett, up top, Porter. Dribble handoff, Bruce Brown, turns the corner, into the lane, floats it up and in. That's like the schoolyard, baby. I don't need no play call.
That's big time, right? You get the ball on the second side, motions happening, coming off the screen. You know that the defense is in that drop coverage, landing on 2, floating it up.
And then he gets back and says, who I got on D? I don't need a play. DeRozan, challenged by Porter. The steal for Toronto. Front court. And what are they calling? Kobe White.
They're calling a foul. And Dennis Schroeder. And this is one of the ones when there are fouls where you're like, the refs can let this go because you caused the transition. Right now you have a 3-on-2.
Give me a take foul then, Javon.
Give me a take foul if you got to.
Give me a take foul.
But Dennis knew it, right? He was going to play through the contact and get out into that transition, give you, a 3, potentially a 2.
101 apiece, 6:18 to go. Fourth quarter time in Toronto. Bulls and the Raptors tied. Quickly, up top, works right. Dribble handoff, Barrett. RJ coming left, underneath to Trent. Gary puts it up. No foul call as he was knocked down. Here comes Chicago. DeRozan on the run. Double team comes. Kicks it up top, Dosunmu. Crosses over into the lane to Vucevic. Puts it up and in. Darko with a quick timeout. 5:46 to go, top of the stretch. We'll take the break. 103-101 Chicago. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Good morning, baby, it's a brand new day.
Experience a different tomorrow with Norwegian Cruise Line. Book today and get 50% off your cruise to Alaska, Europe, and beyond. Plus, everyone can enjoy their vacation with free unlimited open bar, free specialty dining, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
The rest of my life gonna start today.
Love meatballs? You could have spaghetti and meatballs, but why have a dish where they're mentioned second, like an afterthought? With 2-for-1 Pizza's new meatball menu, meatballs are the star of the show with dishes like meatball pizza, with meatballs, green peppers, and red onions starting at just $11.99, or their classic meatball sandwich on 6-inch toasted garlic bread smothered in classic tomato sauce and mozzarella from just $9.99. Order online at 2for1pizza.com.
2-for-1 pizza.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Deadline day for small businesses. This is Omar Sachedina. Tonight on CTV National News, the financial scramble to repay SEBA pandemic loans. Full details tonight at 11 and at ctvnews.ca.
First Up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
(103-101), 5:46 to go. Fourth quarter, top of the stretch. Chicago leading Toronto by 2. Let's see what the Raptors have as Darko called the timeout. Well, the national TV audience in the United States, Raptors' lone national TV game right now. And they get a good one. Not sure how many people are changing the channel. You want to stick around and see this one. And thank you for riding with us here and letting us hang with you. Toronto ball in the black. Left to right across your dial. Scotiabank Arena crowd trying to give them some energy. Darko Rajakovic pacing the sideline with arms folded in front of him. Emmanuel quickly will bring it front court. Raptors, front court. Barnes between the rings. Drives, gets into the lane. Fall away jumper, got it over Vooch. Easy 10-footer for Scotty. Raptors tie the game at 103. Front court, DeRozan drives right side, far wing. Looking for Vooch down low. Bruce Brown denying him, can't get it in there. DeRozan drives into the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound knocked out, Chicago has it. Dosunmu, White, got to shoot it. 1 on the shot clock, White's 3 is good. They're going to review it. They weren't sure, but right now, call it 106-103 Chicago. If it was inside 2 minutes, they would stop the clock right away. Bruce Brown underneath, lay it up and in.
He finds a way.
He finds a way. That's a great way to put it.
He finds a way.
Shep.
The last 2 baskets have been that connection, that two-man game between Brown and Scotty Barnes. Brown sending the screen. You know, Scotty with the gentle jumper. And then now the defense stepping up and he's dropping it down to Bruce Brown under the basket.
Timeout, Billy Donovan. We will keep it here. And they will review that 3. Because if it is wiped out by shot clock violation, Toronto will have the lead.
And I think this is going to be wiped out.
They're going to take it off.
This is going to be wiped out.
They're going to take it off the board. So Toronto, you're going to see the blue light special where they ring the blue light. And flash the blue light and take it off the board. Garrett Temple like a coach out there checking with the officials. And that's going to come off the board, so it'll be 105-103 Toronto. They're reviewing it, and all the Raptor coaches looking over, and we keep telling them, no good, no good. So the Raptors actually have a 105-103 lead. 3 points come off the board. It should be 105-103. And James Wade saying they only took that. Now they fixed it because they only took 1 point away. He said, no, man, that's a 3 that they made.
All 3. Need all 3.
Give all 3 back.
We need everything.
This is Javon Shepard and Warren Ward going to the returns department saying, man, I got a receipt. I want my money back. DeRozan up top. Bulls now down 2. DeRozan drives, blocked. Vucevic puts it up, no good. Rebound Toronto. Raptors break out in transition. Underneath, Bruce Brown, lay it in. Quickly with a great pass. Brown lays it in. 107-103, Toronto.
And quickly having fun, he puts up the goggles on his way back to defense. Great job by Bruce Brown running the floor.
Dosunmu in the lane, lay it up and in, and quickly goes down, clutching his right ankle. Barrett will bring it front court. 3:55 to go. Raptors with a 2-point lead. Trent to Barnes, far side, left wing on Vucevic. Scotty puts it on the ground. Shot clock at 5. Quickly into the lane. Finds Barrett, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Caruso. Chicago looking for a tie with a 2. Vooch for the lead and a 3, no good. Long rebound, Chicago has it. White back out. Vucevic to Dosunmu. Far side, drives on Trent. Gary cuts him off. They kick it to DeRozan up top. Shot clock at 3. Deep 3 from DeMar, no good. Rebound Barnes. 2 stops by Toronto. Scotty back in the lane. Drives on Vucevic. Kick it out. Trent, open look at a 3. No good. Rebound DeRozan. Gary had a great look. Front court. 2:53 to go. Down the stretch we come. DeRozan drive. Kick to Caruso. Corner 3 is good. 108-107 Chicago. 2:40 to go. Fourth quarter. Quickly front court. On the bounce. Gets it to Barnes straight away. He works left side. On the dribble. Scotty finds a lane. Drives and lays it in.
Tough.
Oh, man. He went
tough.
airborne looking like the jump man on the logo to lay it in.
And I like how strong he took off, right? And just extended himself, took away every angle for defense to contest, and just laid it off the glass.
Kobe White back with a 10-footer. Far side, right wing. Chicago 110, Toronto 109. Down the stretch we come. 2 minutes to go. Quickly 3, no good. Rebound Kobe White. Chicago by 1, 110-109. DeRozan on the drive, spins, jumper in the air, rattles it down.
That's tough.
That's an all-star move. 112-109 Chicago.
All-star move, but you got to know that Chicago's not going to shy away from the mid-range, right? Number 1 in the league in percentage of points from mid-range.
Barnes dribbled it out of bounds. Schroeder in. Barrett out. 1:34 to go. Chicago by 3, and they have the orange. 112-109. Bulls front court. DeRozan on the bounce against Bruce Brown. Quickly now switches on to DeMar. Double comes. They swing it into the corner. Vucevic off to Dosunmu. On the bounce into the lane. Drives, floats it up on Brown. No good. Bruce Brown with the stop. Front court. Here comes Barnes. Drives at Vucevic. Gets to the hoop. Lay it in. No good. It bounced off. But Scotty was fouled. He's going to get a couple of free throws.
Scotty's a dog. He's a big-time dog, right? He sees Vooch in transition, that left-to-right change of speed. But a couple possessions before, the play was setting up, and he called for the ball in the post. And this is where I knew Scotty was crazy. He called for the ball in the post to post up Vooch, right?
Hey,
he wasn't care. He didn't have no care in the world that that's all of 260 that he's going to post up.
First free throw good. Scotty's second free throw short. 112, 110, 105 to go. Chicago with the lead in the ball. DeRozan front court staring down Bruce Brown. Works into the lane. 2 shot fakes. Throws it up. No good, but he's fouled. And DeRozan will go to the line for 2. Quickly with the foul on DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan will go to the line for Chicago. He'll shoot 2.
DeMar, free throw, good. Chicago has hit or pierced that magic ceiling for them of 14 free throws. As I said, when they get more than 14 free throws this year, they are 10-2. Second one, good. Front court. Schroeder, Raptors down 114-110, under a minute to go. Barnes up top, gets a screen. On Caruso, drives into the lane, backs him down, loses it. Turned his back, lost the ball. Bruce Brown, front court against DeRozan. They get it to Kobe White into the corner to Dosunmu. 25 seconds to go. Critical turnover. Raptors need the ball. Kobe White into the lane, floats it up and in. Timeout, Toronto. 116-110. And Toronto, with only 20 seconds, Javon, they do have only one timeout. I think you got to pitch for a 3 here.
Yeah, well, not enough time. And, without a foul to give, got to chip away it big, right? So you got to go for that 3. But, what really killed Toronto down the stretch, they've had some timely turnovers that hurt. And Chicago did a great job of just executing and getting the mid-range shots that they wanted, right? DeMar DeRozan with the shot fakes, getting to the foul line. But I'll tell you this, right? Just watching this game right here, watching how the Raptors are fighting and going to continue to fight for the last 20 seconds, I like what I've seen, right? And I also like, we talk about Bruce Brown's impact and his influence. I feel like when he's on the court, his energy forces everybody to play harder.
Listen, I know he's the subject of a lot of trade rumors. A lot of contending teams want him. He was a champion last year in Denver. He's got a team option next year for a pretty big ticket. Wouldn't I love to get a guy just like him if you decide to move him? And maybe you pick up that option and move him for a couple of pieces in the summer that are very helpful and not at the trade deadline. If not, he gets away. I think the prize of the deal with Indiana are the draft picks, Javon.
Yeah.
Raptors to inbound. Quickly up top against Dosunmu. They get it to Barnes in the lane. Scoops it up, no good. Kicks it out, they swing it. Barrett, 3, no good. Long rebound, Kobe White, that's going to do it. Chicago is going to come to Toronto and sneak away with a win. It's a final. The Bulls hang on and defeat the Raptors 116-110. Darko and his former assistant Billy Donovan exchanging pleasantries at midcourt, but it's Chicago tasting the sweetness of victory 116-110.
And, a good close to this game, right? And you always have to, one team has to lose. I think Toronto dug themselves a little hole early. But, Scotty, you want to see him turn it on to get that switch on, that level of intensity on earlier, right, in longer periods. Obviously, he's so unselfish. He wants to get his team going and so forth. But this could have been one of the games where he takes over, takes charge right from the get-go. I thought the first couple possessions of the game when he had Caruso matched up on him, he should just really punch it inside and really take advantage like he did on a couple possessions in the fourth quarter here. But for the Raptors, again, so much, moving parts over the last couple of days. And, Bruce Brown coming in and probably didn't even have a practice and, worked himself into this game. You can see the impact he has and the energy of the guys, the elevation of the level when he's on the court. So, some stuff to iron out, the Kings to get out, sort out with this team over the next couple of weeks, especially going into trade deadline. And, we heard from Masai earlier to expect more moves and so forth. You just don't know right now. It's such a transient league. The guys in that locker, you just got to stay locked in and stay positive, right, and keep working on your craft, because this is the adversity, the ups and downs, the roller coaster of the league. And in this short window, it's always right before trade deadline. A lot of things happen. But, I credit these guys for the way they played and the intensity they played with for the last, quarter and a half of the game.
Well, this is part of the journey as the Raptors are trying to claw their way back towards the top. Tonight, though, Chicago gets a measure of them. 116-110 is the final. For all of us here on our broadcast, we say thank you for listening. This has been Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward up next with the postgame good night from the floor of Scotiabank Arena.
Hey Raptor fans, what's better than the team winning on the court? A win for the kids and a win for you. When you play the MLSE Foundation 50-50 jackpot, you help communities get kids and youth off the sidelines and onto the court. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. Will you be a winner this season? Only one way to know. Visit 5050wraps.com for your tickets today.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Ron is a teacher helping bright minds, but this time he needed help. Alpine Credit sent a cosmic superhero with a debt consolidation loan. She conjured a magic book, Debt Consolidation 101. Lesson 1, consolidate debt into one low monthly payment. Lesson 2, nothing. It's a short book. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
There are many peculiar words in the English language. Words like salivigant, peregrinate, nemophilus, peripatetic, and conviviality. Yet, there is no word for getting the most out of winter in your Subaru, thanks to symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate, as in while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer today, and welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Canada's team is home. On Canada's Sports Leader. Hello! All season long.
You gotta love it.
Where else would you rather be? Raptors live here on TSN.
This is Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. The Bulls win at 116-110, and so the positive vibe that was here last night dissipated tonight briefly. I don't want to say it totally left. I mean, there was a nice fight here, but not the same start. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Javon Shepard kind enough to hang around. And Javon, I mean, it just wasn't the same as last night, but there was some fight here, wasn't there?
There was definitely some fight. And I think, a big part of it was that first quarter, the Raptors didn't really come out with the energy that they needed and didn't shoot the basketball well in that opening quarter. But again, we're seeing that fight, and we saw Scotty Barnes turn it on late in the third quarter going into the fourth. And we want to see that for longer periods, like earlier. Scotty, you've got to trust and believe, like, this is your team, take over from the get-go.